Thank you, Chair. Mr. McRory, so just carrying on this point, so Mr. Weber essentially said the one-touch system is a terrible system. You seem to have a different opinion. So was he lying, or like where's the misunderstanding here?
I don't think he's lying. Interesting. Like for me, one of the things that really impresses me about that system is, as I noted, it was developed based on recommendations of frontline staff who are dealing with the issues at the port of entry.
And yet the union leader is telling me that it's a terrible system.
Yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. Certainly, and I think what One Touch is a change, and a lot of people don't like change. But what I think is really great about it is staff looked at how could we do things better, how could we do things differently. There's always the tendency to want to throw money at a problem, and here folks came up with a solution that made us more efficient, but as effective, if not more effective. So I think it was a really great innovation in terms of ground up people coming up with a solution. Change is hard. But I think we've come up with a good approach.
So I understand that. So what I don't understand, though, is there's a major difference here, because in his discussions with him, he said that the person does the app, and they're in the country, they have to report in 45 days. You're telling us they actually see a person. So I'm not understanding which of you is correct here.
Well, there is no app. I think the C12 contemplates a single online application portal. But in terms
the one-touch system is not an application?
No. What is it? Pardon me, sorry.
What is one touch?
Maybe the one touch. The idea is limited the number of touches we have on a person rather than pushing a button. But the idea is an individual shows up at a port of entry. They are assessed by a border services officer who goes through a series of mandatory questions, collects biometric information, does a risk assessment. On the basis of that, they will make a decision whether or not the person is eligible for the administrative portion of the assessment to move inland. And that's where the individual will enter tombstone data on a website.
Okay, so you're saying that this person actually talks to a person, and there is no application, which is the exact opposite of what we were told by the union leader. So he doesn't know what he's talking about, is what you're telling me.
I can't comment on what he said. What I will tell you is... Do you have
problems with the union right now?
Pardon me?
Do you have problems with the union right now?
I actually, what I'd say is, for example, on a file like immigration detention, we have a fantastic relationship with the union. We have ongoing dialogue with them, and we're really working together to address the challenges we have in immigration detention and ensure our employees are safe.
One of the other things that he said was, and you said this too, there's a 45-day process afterwards. You have to come and do some things. And he told us, Mr. Weber told us, that about 10% of those people never show up. Is that correct in your opinion?
I'd have to confirm the data, and there is a timeline in which people have to enter the data.
Is it approximately correct? Sounds about right.
It's hard for me to say definitively. I wouldn't want to mislead you.
But it's not zero.
Guessing.
People
do
not show up sometimes.
But that's no different than people that don't show up for their IRB hearing down the road.
So that means we have people who have gotten into Canada who are just here. We can't track them. You've lost track of them.
But I'd suggest that that's not an issue with One Touch. That is an issue that we confront more just generally. That's not a product of One Touch.
So you refer to these as low-risk claimants.
Yeah.
So yet we have people that aren't showing up. I mean, we have a unfortunate situation right now where we do have criminals that have gotten into the country. And so do you not think that, I understand that most people that come into our country are not criminals, but we do yet have them in our country. So they're getting through the system somehow. So is this a smart thing to do?
I would suggest that, first of all, and I've tried to convey the impression, we don't rely on a single layer of defense. No single layer of defense is going to be perfect, and so we rely, first of all, on that initial assessment by our border services officers, guided by strict mandatory questions that guide their risk assessment, including the collection of biometric information, and based on the available information that they have at that moment of time, they make a decision. But there are subsequent layers of defense. So that's where our Center for Immigration National Security Screening...
Okay, so, sorry, I'm running out of time here, but one of the other things that Mr. Weber said that was a little bit disturbing was he essentially accused management of being more about service than security. And so I guess on that piece of note, are executives, CBSA executives pay bonuses based on service metrics like processing times and things like that, or security in terms of, not allowing people to come into criminals to come into the country?
I can't comment on people's performance pay generally. What I will say is that as an agency, that is the inherent tension that we have. We want to move legitimate goods and people into the country quickly and efficiently, and we want to stop bad people and bad goods coming into the country. So my job the fundamental nature of my job is enforcement.
So are
Thank you,
bonuses
Mr.
based
Reddekopp.
on-
Thank you, Mr. McCrory. Time is up.